Thank you all for coming. As she said in the introduction, this is my first book, but it's also my very first signing, and I'm feeling rather virginal tonight. My obsession with Kay Thompson dates way back to my childhood. My mother was a very sophisticated lady who lunches, and she saw the Eloise book when it first came out in 1955 and bought it for my older sisters. I wasn't born until the next year, but when I got old enough to be read bedtime stories, it was the book that my sisters read to me, and I fell in love with it. It was a seminal influence. I wanted to live at the Plaza Hotel, and I wanted to have the run of the place without parents around, and I wanted to pour water down the mail chute and have all of that great fun in New York City. And when I got older, I saw a film called Funny Face, and this was the movie with Audrey Hepburn and Fred Astaire, and this amazing cyclone of a woman who played the fashion magazine editor, who was, of course, Kay Thompson. And I had never seen her before, and I was like, who is this woman? And it wasn't until a little while later that I put two and two together that this Kay Thompson was the same Kay Thompson who wrote Eloise. And that's what really kind of sparked my adult obsession to keep my eyes and ears peeled for new and interesting details about this mysterious woman. Why had she not made a lot of other movies? Why have we not heard more about her? And as I kept learning more and more, I just found out that she was involved in so many areas of the arts, and it just, my jaw kept dropping, and I was just like, how come people don't know about this? And my jaw has not stopped yo-yoing ever since. So I embarked on what I thought was a hobby of researching her and writing a book that I thought would never get published, or if it was, it would be out of my garage. And I worked on it between movie projects, and any time that I could find people to interview who knew her, I would be doing that. So for the last 11 years, I've been sort of toiling away at this, and finally it's come together. Now, a lot of you here may not, even the people here who think they know Kay Thompson, even the people who knew Kay Thompson and worked with Kay Thompson are going to read this book, and you are going to learn stuff that you had no idea about. Not to name drop or anything, but Kay was the mentor, best friend of Judy Garland, the vocal guru for Frank Sinatra and Lena Horne, and the godmother, Svengali, of Liza Minnelli, who recreated Kay Thompson's nightclub act in her 2009 Tony Award-winning event, Liza's at the Palace. Kay went to school with Tennessee Williams. She auditioned for Henry Ford. She got her first big break from Bing Crosby. She trained Marilyn Monroe. She channeled Elvis Presley. She rejected Andy Warhol. She rebuffed Federico Fellini. She got fired by Howard Hughes, and she snubbed Donald Trump. She coached Betty Davis and Eleanor Roosevelt. She created nightclub acts for Marlene Dietrich and Ginger Rogers. And when Lucille Ball had to sing, or croak, on Broadway, Kay was the wind beneath her wings too. Kay's legion of fans included Queen Elizabeth of England, King Juan Carlos of Spain, Princess Grace Kelly of Monaco. Danny Kaye masqueraded in drag as her. Noel Coward and Cole Porter wrote musicals for her, which she turned down. And the Beatles wanted to hold her hand. She was a charter member of the Rat Pack. She co-starred in A Whodunit with Ronald Reagan. And very few people know that she directed John F. Kennedy's inaugural gala. This dame cut a wide swath through the arts. After conquering radio in the 30s, she commandeered MGM's vocal department in the 40s, where she revolutionized the studio's greatest musicals with her audacious arrangements, from the Harvey Girls to Ziegfeld Follies. In the 1950s, she became the highest paid cabaret attraction in the world with her groundbreaking act, Kay Thompson and the Williams brothers, featuring her young protege and secret lover, Andy Williams. He was 20 and she was 38. Cougar Town on the nightclub circuit. In a stunning feat of reinvention, Kay next became the best-selling author of Eloise, first published by Simon & Schuster in 1955, this very month. This is the 55th anniversary. Chronicling the mischievous adventures of the 6-year-old mascot of the plaza, spawning an industry that is still going strong today. And if they work out the lawsuit with Uma Thurman, she's going to be playing Nanny in Eloise in Paris. Then Kay took the silver screen by storm as the Think Pink fashion magazine editor in Funny Face, stealing the film right out from under Audrey Hepburn and Fred Astaire. The Thompson saga swells from small-town wannabe to international headliner, dissolving into self-destruction and Grey Gardens madness. The storyline, usually reserved for a rags-to-riches potboiler, yet with unexpected twists, outlandish turns, and a last-minute surprise ending that, even by Hollywood standards, is nothing short of preposterous. But that is Kay Thompson. Frustrating, fascinating, and fabulous. Now, we have some very, very special guests with us tonight who knew and worked with Kay, and I'd like to introduce some of them. First of all, in our front row right here is Mr. Ray Charles. The other Ray Charles, and not Jamie Foxx. Ray, he headed up the Ray Charles Singers back in the 50s and 60s and 70s with Your Hit Parade and the Perry Como Show and many, many others. He's a fantastic vocal arranger and choral director, and worked with Kay on her one and only complete album in 1954, and sang backup and got the backup voices together and was the choral arranger on that album. And we also have a woman, we also are very honored to have a woman named Bee Wayne, who is sitting right here on our front row. Bee was in Kay's chorus in the 1930s on radio. And I want to read you just a little piece from the book that includes some interview quotes that Bee gave me. And here we go. I'm going to actually be playing Bee in this scene. I'll do my best. One night on the Kate Smith Hour, had something in my throat. One night on the Kate Smith Hour, I had a 4-bar solo, Bee recalled. After we got off the air, I got a call from band leader Larry Clinton, who wanted me to audition for him. Bee had some doubts about her own abilities as a solo vocalist, so she called Kay for advice. Meet me down at the plaza, Kay told her, in the Persian room. It was during the day, so nobody was there, Bee remembered. Kay sat down at the piano and said, "Okay, let me hear you sing The Best Things in Life for free." Well, it's a rangy song. It goes from way down here to way up there. I mean, she was feeling me out, you know, and I did it. And she said, "If you can do that, okay." Who else but Kay would crash the plaza and commandeer the Persian room as her own private rehearsal studio? Of course, she thought nothing of it, striding through the hotel as if she owned the place. With her matter-of-fact bravado, some of the employees probably thought she did. Kay had a piano in her apartment, but that just would not do. Singing in someone's living room was nothing compared to a real, honest-to-God stage. Kay just put me out on the right road, Bee marveled. I really adore her. To me, she was the Statue of Liberty. It's one of my favorite stories. And we have another guest with us. Her name is Evelyn Rudy, and she's sitting right back here. Now, Evelyn of 7, played Eloise on television in the Playhouse 90 production of Eloise that was made in 1956. And I'm just going to read you a little part in the book about that, thanks to Evelyn and the interview she did. Kay decided to hold an open casting call, organized by Ethel Wynett, a dynamo who later cast The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Hollywood Reporter columnist Leo Guild immediately recommended 7-year-old Evelyn Rudy. "We've known the youngster for a couple of years," Guild campaigned in his column, and one time when she scribbled a postcard from New York to us, she said, "I hate you because you don't write. You are an ogre and I won't kiss you anymore." Well, we figured this little girl really had something. Rudy's credits were certainly promising, boasting appearances in 18 television shows and 7 movies, including the role of John Wayne's daughter in The Wings of Eagles, directed by John Ford.